Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Nigerian authorities have been called upon to support and empower the traditional institution to effectively tackle the growing menace of insecurity in the Niger Delta. The call was made by participants at a one-day conference in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, organized to promote synergy among traditional rulers, security agencies, government officials, and civil society organizations. Correspondent Lovely Ofigo tells us more.
In the last quarter of 2016, the Niger Delta Avengers entered into peace talks with the federal government and announced a ceasefire in their daily attacks on crude oil facilities in the Niger Delta. Since then, crude oil production in the Niger Delta has witnessed relative stability. Regrettably, the region has relapsed into another wave of insecurity with court-related activities, artisanal crude oil refining, kidnapping, and sea piracy on the rise. After carrying out a study on the trends and patterns of the new wave of insecurity bedeviling the Niger Delta, organizers of the Port Harcourt conference discovered that most of the violent crimes were perpetrated in local communities where traditional rulers hold sway as custodians of the people's customs and tradition. In their estimation, it would take the collaborative efforts of traditional rulers, security agencies, government officials, and civil society organizations to stem the growing tide of insecurity in the Niger Delta.
Oil economy influences the way that party politics goes, and so that's dialectics and contradictions throw up new security situations such that you see the proliferation of core group, you see the changing dynamics of the security institution who are also involved in politics. You see also traditional rulers who are supposed to not to be part of party politics are increasingly being used. Either they are dethroned because they are not supportive of the ruling party in power, or because they show some sympathies with the opposition party. So you see there are a whole complex dynamics that are at play in the Niger Delta, thrown up because of the particular political economy of oil.
At the conference, traditional rulers expressed their willingness to be part of the security architecture in the Niger Delta, but noted that they were disempowered by extant laws and conventional principles to assume a meaningful role in combating insecurity.
Traditional rulers mediate between the people and the state, enhancing national identity and resolving minor issues, and providing an institutional safety valve for the inadequate state bureaucracies. If traditional rulers will be very functional in helping to return peace in our region, then they should be given a legal backing.
Nigeria's former police chief, Solomon Arase, who was an online participant at the conference, had expressed solidarity with the traditional rulers. He said to make community policing a reality in the Niger Delta and elsewhere in the country, security agencies must consult with local authorities.
The Niger Delta is a very peculiar place in terms of our internal security management. The issue of militancy, the issue of cultism, the issue of kidnapping, all these are issues that if we are able to come together as a group, if the various state governors are able to subsume, their interests in the interest of the larger Niger Delta region, this issue we are talking about, can be resolved.
Other participants at the conference blamed the new wave of insecurity on excessive militarization of the Niger Delta and the persistence of structural injustice in the region.
This region is the area where economic viability comes up to sustain the economy of the country. Why are you not addressing their problems? You skew security operatives to your side. People that are from this area are not getting the benefits accruing from their area.
The Niger Delta is militarized. Every village in the Niger Delta today has soldiers. Every oil installation has soldiers. that are protecting the installation. The Nigerian state has remained insincere. They are taking so much from one region, eating it, not putting anything back to that region. That is the problem. Once Nigeria decides to begin to become sincere by being honest with the people of the Niger Delta, I can tell you that all security problems, and I mean it, every single security problem in this country will cease.
At the end of the conference, participants collectively agreed that there was need for the federal government to devise a bottom-up approach to effectively deal with the increasing challenge of insecurity in the Niger Delta. They also canvassed increased support and possibly a constitutional role for traditional rulers to effectively combat the menace of violent crimes in local communities across the Niger Delta.
Inside the Niger Delta,